Hey guys, what up? What up? Wait, what is this? Bloodline changes? Am I missing something? Let's see. So the skill tree is now available. And the Atlas tree is also available. How long ago was this? This was 6 p.m. so 10-ish minutes ago. No way PoE planner is that quick, right? No way it's that plug and play. No shots. Yeah, no shots. Okay. We will just have to wait a bit longer for these to disappear and be replaced with the no. Where is it? These gets replaced with this. I mean, skill tree PoE DB could be that quick, to be honest. Let's check PoE DB. Passive skill tree question mark. Does it show the version? I know exactly what to check if I need to. Do we just keep waiting? There are no updates, right? No, nothing. Okay, cool. So while we're at it, where's the bloodline ascendancies? They are here, so therefore they are not. They haven't shown the breach one, but we kind of have some nodes for breach. I know PoEDB has one of them, but apparently there's more. I don't know if it's there, if it's here yet. Bloodline ascendancy classes. Yeah, breach only still has the one. I was about to say, how is there a picture? So we know this is one which is +2 to level of all cold skill gems if at least 4 Fireborn, and then freeze duration. But there's a lightning variant for this, which is your hits ignore enemy monster lightning res if all equipped rings are synaptic rings. So that's, and then +2 if at least 4 Fireborn. So he has this, and then he has this, but with lightning res. And then what is the last one? To replace this, they just have 30 ints. Huh? Why would you have 30 ints? That doesn't seem like it's equal to freeze duration, at least to me. And then there's a third node. Take 15% less lightning damage with at least 1 Esh grafted to you. Esh being... Esh is light... Wait, Esh is lightning, right? Yeah, Esh is lightning. So, with... You take 15% less lightning damage when you have an edge grafted to you. 15% less cold with a tool graft. 15% less physical with one wool graft. 15% less physical? Nearby enemies take 100% increased. Am I missing something? Do I need to go in here? Is that it? No, I don't plan on downloading this. All right. Yeah, this one. %15 less physical damage while with at least one old graft is kind of crazy work. That is kind of crazy work, if you ask me. And then nearby enemies take 100% increased damage from graft skills. Is there a universe to end up making a graft build at some point? Like, it's actually, I feel like that's possible. If they do as much base damage as I think they do, we can make them take 100% increased damage on top of whatever mods the graft has. For a graft that already has insane base damage, it's possible and doesn't have any limiting factors like CD, like insane cooldowns or something. It's possible. Even the minion graft honestly could be decent. And real talk, something like this could be very, very strong early on. Like very strong early on, as like a third ascendancy. You take this one, you pick up an old graft, and then if there's an old graft that actually matters, that is. Otherwise, wait, hold up. Where is, let's do this, close that, go here, keepers, scroll here. This is a tool graft. So this Hiveborn skill is a tool graft. Why is it a tool graft? Because it's brittle. So there's probably an old graft. There might be an old graft version of this. It's a might that can grant a similar skill that someone's monsters, but doesn't apply brittle, but like maybe bleed or bone or something. It might also just be a tool graft, to be honest. But we don't actually know. I assume all grafts would be physical based, so it might be a graph that adds bleed. It might be, did Ziggy talk about it? Wait, hold up. I think Ziggy might have mentioned having an old graft, even though it's going to be hard to find it.
Hey, folks.
The one where he had the hands that slammed. Soul graft, tornado, Zov graft, 1 skill.
More of the damage being in the anomalies it leaves behind. So it might not be quite.
Not this. Fortified bridge design. Not this. This one.
There were quite a few grafts I didn't try. For example, things like the Grey Wind Howls, which removes elements on you to boost your damage. That one, for example, seems like it could be absolutely cracked at endgame when you can do things like apply elements to yourself after all. But obviously just less useful while leveling and not really something I could test while leveling, so I didn't really bother giving those a go. There was some, for example, that gave buffs at low life, which, you know, aren't really that good while leveling if you're not playing some sort of forced low life build. But if you're like a petrified blood build or something, then that's great. So around Act 3, the gear crafting started getting much better from the Genesis tree. I was able to start biasing it and improving what dropped significantly, making sure that they had better links and nearly always had an intelligence requirement, for example.
Old graft. There we go.
Significantly, making sure that they had better links and nearly always had an intelligence
Seize the flesh.
requirement.
Fuck is seize the flesh.
So I could use them.
When you use a warcry, the graft will cause spires of bone to erupt from the earth around you. When you use an exerted attack, these spires will explode, dealing damage in an area around them, inflicting bleed and impaling. Isn't this very similar to, what's the name of that specter? Bone husks. Doesn't this sound bone husky? This sounds like what bone husks do, and I know someone who is very excited about bone husk as a minion. Ah. So basically, all grafts are physical damage related. Now, what are the odds we will find something that we can actually use? Wait, this has attacks have a 12% chance to cause bleeding, so you can get bleed chance on it just straight up. You can use this to cap your bleed. Kind of cool. Kind of cool. Doesn't matter to me, but it's kind of cool for, you know, non-minion builds.
Was to see if I could get an SSF 5 link using the Genesis tree system by Act 4ish. So we'll return to.
I'm looking forward to the tree system and getting an early 5 link. By the way, the fact that you can get a 5 link in Act 4 is kinda cracked.
Plan soon and see how it goes.
Kinda cracked. Just say.
I got my first rare graft.
Oh wait, that was another old graft.
Soon and see how using the Genesis tree system by Act 4ish. So we'll return to check on that plan soon and see how it goes. Early Act 3 I got my first rare graft as well, and
Tender Embrace. Tell me you actually check. This is tool grafts, periodically fling ice mortars.
Two prefixes will always have one power mod for you and one economic mod. So those are things like graft blood gained or capacity, or increased chance to find certain breach related drops. And then the two suffixes can be power mods for the graft itself.
Which is off.
In this case, I got.
It didn't show it.
That was 50% increase.
What is the embrace thing?
Crystal skill.
Because like I'm very curious as to see what potential all grafts we can get.
Graft as well, and
but this is good information. They can also roll with PDR. And that's a Wait, that's multiplicative PDR? Wait, no, additional is a multiplicative word for TLI. POE is not multiplicative. It's not more. But why additional? Oh, we're going to be using old graphs is what that means. Maybe not the ascendancy unless like we have no other options. So it's very possible we end up using it on like reg defilers because currently we're not using anything there. So it's possible, but it would have to actually be tempting. Like so far, with just 15% less physical damage taken, honestly, it might just be a case of you take this and I take 2 grafts. Now, because defilers, I'm only taking physical, cold, and chaos, I'm now giga tankier because 15% less cold damage when I have 90% cold res is kind of nuts. On top of my other mitigation layers, of course. So honestly, as a defensive option, I see myself potentially dropping Plague Bringer and picking this up. Just by the way. And then of course you can ignore the nearby mistake 100% increase. We don't care about that. No, nobody gives a shit about that. But like the less physical damage, that's beautiful. It's really good for like setups that like the Reg Defiler, which literally only has 3 damage types you can take: physical, cold, chaos. That's it. Anywho, that is pretty good. Now I've gotten very curious as to see what the other nodes are, because these are 3. These are I think these are 2 of the same section, and this is 1 more. So I have to assume there's at least 1 more node. Well, not at least 1 more node. There could be 4 on this tree instead of 6. Like there are some that have 4, there's some that have 6. So it's possible this is it. But it's also possible because there's nothing here showing Zoth, and of course, and I assume Zoth will have a version of this, as well as this is O, this is Zoth, this is Tool, and this is Ash. So we've seen Ash and Tool. We haven't seen these 2. O, yeah, Unator should have a version of this as well. With Doppelganger, let's see, times 0.85. All right. If you pair the less physical damage portion with a Doppelganger's guys, if you compare this with Doppelganger's guys, you get 49% less physical damage taken. Not 55%, because they are both multiplicative. They are less physical damage taken, not reduced physical damage taken. Very important. So it's 49 or 55. So where were we? This is good information to have. So that means we still might go for a bloodline ascendancy. But in the meantime, though, what I want to do today is I want to POB a. And you also said I'm at the straight forward. I want to make a POB for an in between. I feel like the mage blood, the pre-made blood version is very high budget, and I'd like to make a priced down version if I can, just to have a bit of a stepping stone. One more thing to note: I am very likely not streaming tomorrow because I like to take the day before league start off, just so I can get into the league start very rested and able to stream for like an extended amount of time. So just that is also something else to note. So we need to get the POBs we want to make out today. So that includes a medium budget for Val Absolution, a medium budget for Phantasms, and potentially, and I say potentially, maybe start tweaking with my meme build, my meme headhunter minion helmets build that'll probably never see the light of day. Am I missing something? They've nerfed some of the bloodlines already. Is that here or is that... It's not here, so where are people finding this out? I assume it's more details from this guy, the posts, the JSON. Do I want to download this? Do I really want to? Anyways, I'm tempted because it seems like, from what I'm hearing, this has been nerfed to go from 12% to 10%, which is not the biggest nerf, but was... Oh, why GGG? Why do this to us? So like, not the biggest fan of that nerf, but I mean, it's still fine. That should be 100% increased defenses on a build with a unique chest, and if you can get all possible specters, then you're looking at 120%, which is what we had before at 10. So not the end of the world. 100% increased defenses is nothing to scoff at, but yeah. You might be able to reach permanent with Soul Catcher and enough Flask effect. Why Flask effect? I wonder who else got touched. I am tempted, I'll be honest. But let's focus on the POBs. I'm sure someone will make a post about all the changes to the bloodlines that are in the JSON. So if I were to make this guy cheaper, how would I begin? For one, it wouldn't be Doriani. It wouldn't be Doriani, would still have supporting minions. Can I get rid of F and F? Probably not. I have no idea how much F and F's Mistress of Sacrifice would end up being though. I have zero idea. Artillery's Rain can still be in there. I'm pretty sure that's a 1C jewel at all times of the league. I'm fairly sure. Not 100%, but I'm fairly sure. Who else is very expensive on here? I wouldn't be using Doriani on that setup. So what we're going to do is we're just going to copy the low budget, and we're going to try to give the low budgets, well, a higher than low budgets version more DPS. So let's just do that real quick. Medium budgets. First things first. +2 minion wand, because we don't deal with... Brother, how did you manage to choose Congregator when I said call minion? Spell... Minion... Minions will increase damage. Trigger. Can have up to 3 crafted modifiers. Why is POB being slow? It has been very, very slow. Jesus. I don't know why it's being slow. All right, where were we? You shield wise, is there any shield we should care about other than a +1 minion shield? What did the medium budget in Frisia look like? Let's start there. It was mostly res and replica dragon fangs. Mostly res is fine. I can't think of a single other unique that I should be adding here that I don't already have. We are going to be using Affliction Spectres, so Spirit of Fortune and the like will be in here. Cheap AG makes sense. Some golems, I would imagine. Romi's Concoction. I put the writing jar here, I assume, so I can easily summon Absolution without having to slap anybody in a map. Because we take away support DPSers. AG has early weakness curse with +1 curse on the windscreen. All right, let's do the very simple thing. So we have you. Let's iron out the mods we're looking for. Spirit Shield. We still want to get to fill out resistances. I don't particularly feel like I should be going for like showing it, but let's just do. Now we have minion damage there. The helmet, Royal Burgonet, is now +2 minions. You also now have Eta. What's here in Exarch? Now we Exarch. You're getting conductivity curse effect. Why are you being so freaking slow? I don't get it. I don't fully understand why POB is being slow. It's not. It can be because of It can be because of you, because you are typically open. You're typically open. So why? I don't get it. Purple still goes. I'm going for Jinx Juju for the defensive layer. I'll go for Death Attunement Anoint. Save some points that way. Can cut out all of these thanks to it. I can go for some light activity in cluster jewels now. We'll cross that bridge and get to it though. Body armor. Are we looking for anything different? I don't think so. I think we're still not looking for life, and we're looking for more modifiers, that's for sure. But we're not crafting anything insane. We'll just be like more flat stats or something. Sharing Exarch though, again, that one is a big part. And then I'm thinking aura effect. I could also go increase the effect of offering, but it's kind of, you know. This amounts to block chance though. Do I want to? May I go auras? Brother, I said aura. How did you manage to choose cold res? I think POP is just being slow. I genuinely do. We would also need to upgrade the base types, but Titan gauntlets. Syrian Exarch, Eta Worlds. Bottom row minion damage. That's the most important thing there. We can get elder boots, like cheap elder boots +1, not even +2, but would we want to do that instead of just using corrupted bones of Uller? We'd still be skipping out on movement speed though. I guess we can actually. So we move to rare boots is what that means. The idea would then be the idea here is, even though we're losing levels here, we can now use empower. We actually can use empower, and we can use like an AG to boost our damage even more. Bone offering has increased effect 3-4%. 54 regen. I chose bone offering. How on earth did he go to spirits? Then suffixes. Now for actual specters, we're going to be moving you to, like, let's just say helmet for all intents and purposes. Then we're going to be linking you with Anime Guardian, Minion Life, Meat Shield. Or better still, Minion Life and Power. Oh wait, we're still 85. Okay, then that works. But how are we 5? We're getting +2 here, +2 here. That's 84. And then the extra one is here. Okay. Fair. So that gives us access to 4 specters. There. What specters are we looking at? Naturally, we're looking at Perfect Spirit of Fortune. It's going to be our source of lucky. Perfect Forest Warrior. Because there's no universe where I play Absolution without Onslaught from Forest Warrior and whatnot. What is number 3? I'm a big enjoyer of Guardian Turtle, so best believe it's going to be there. And then an offensive choice would be Perfect Blasphemer. First one is Spirit of Fortune. Second one is Forest Warrior. Guardian Turtle. Blasphemer. Already ended up net positive DPS. This goes into weapon 1. Remove Arcanist Brand. Conductivity can go elsewhere. Jeez. Zombies can go. Remove elemental army unless necessary. Put these in gloves. Why unless necessary? Because we can get a weakened lightning pen, and that would apply exposure. Yeah, exposure on hits, which is huge. Mm-hmm. Then for added lightning, what are we doing? I'm not using elemental focus here. Control destruction, which gives us exposed to lightning and unnerved. Then for absolution, we'll go to regular absolution. We take this down to 3. We put including full DPS. Or just go regular absolution. Cool. We'll handle Animate Guardian soon, which is its own increase in DPS, and then we can start messing around with the tree. Keep in mind, we still haven't actively filled out here. Something else to consider. Oh geez. Let me just make sure there's nothing I'm forgetting in the way of links and whatnot. AG Respector. Oh yeah, this like is that the build I couldn't fit a. I went Guardian's Blessing here. Why did I go Guardian's Blessing again? I remember going Guardian's Blessing. I remember going Dread March Renewal for it. Lots of Dread March renewals on here. And then I went Divine Flesh because I wanted the I forget the name. I wanted this to go through ES without this, and but I wasn't Doriani yet. Anti-damage to go through ES so I could have Everlasting Sacrifice up permanently, but that was not how it ended up panning out. So I like the idea of Guardian's Blessing. I remember putting it on Stone Golem because I was not a witch, but I am a witch and I can put it on my Animate Guardian now. Yeah, I can put it on Animate Guardian, to be honest, because if I'm actively looking for links, then that's a good choice, honestly. And when we can increase AoE, I don't think you want to use AoE here, so minion damage will be fine. Okay, thank you, pass me. Valab solution, medium budgets. So that means Stone Golem should have... It should be Raised Spectre, Stone Golem, Feeding Frenzy, Minion Life. Then I can do Animate Guardian, remove Raised Spectre, remove these. Guardian's Blessing. And fit in one extra aura. And in this case, what is that aura? Zealotry? Haste would make it so it feels better actually casting Absolution. But I think Zealotry is realistically just a play. Haste has the downside of requiring me to get dexterity, which I don't like. So if I don't have to, I don't want to. 4.76, 4.77. They're basically the same DPS. Zealotry it is though. Animate Guardian. Dying Breath. Budget AG. Clear casts. Doppelganger. Or better still, Grot Call. I'd much rather have Grot Call if I do not have the helmets for regen. Windscreen. Gloves, armor. Life regenerate, corrupted, early weakness. AG curse. Elemental weakness 1 0. AG. You can apply an additional curse. This is Windscream. Copy. And for the regular anime guardian, we're going to replace this with a Mask of the Stitched. With a Mask of the Stitched, we can then go with doppelgangers. I wouldn't. I'll just leave it. I don't need doppelgangers. It's not that deep. Reason I was thinking of the doppelgangers is because this has regen now. I don't really need primary regen, so I can then just go doppelgangers. But I wouldn't want to go grot calls, replace that with doppelgangers, replace that with explode chest. So might as well just leave it at grot calls and have that, you know, upgrade when we're ready to craft explode chest. I think that'd be more ideal. Non-budget AG links. Copy paste. Budget AG links. For budget AG links, we're just looking at Guardian's Blessing. We're not looking at Guardian's Blessing, I mean. It is more so just Meat Shield, Minion Life. Elemental Army, I guess. I'll add something to the notes for this. AG. If you can find the animates recommended animates guardian gear in the items tab as its own gear set. when to use budgets versus non-budget AG. A mask of the stitched demon helmets. As well as the budgets link setup in the skills tab. However, when you can afford the helmet, switch for a DPS boost. Switch your AG's helm and links for a DPS boost. Do not use zealotry without mask of the stitched demon on AG. Make this as red as can be. All right. Check notes. Okay, so we're going to be planning this like we were doing the budgets, the non-budget version. The non-budget version does not have layer cast, so I'm not going to add it to the custom config. What does he have? He has windscreen, he has early weakness. He has the chest does nothing, helm does nothing, dying breath. Dying breath does something. It is like dying breath is nearby allies deal 18% increased damage. Nearby allies deal 18% increased damage. And increase curse effect on enemies, right? Something like that. %, increased effects of curses. It's the wrong wording, but I can actually find the right wording if I just look here. Increase the effect of your curses. And that includes the AG's curse because it's on the enemy, right? Then I would say, what if I went Cosprey's Will? Because with Cosprey's Will, I can apply a curse, allowing me to use early weakness, and then apply Scorch. That would be nice, but then we lose. What if? How much life regen do we have? Here, here. I think the non-budget actually should use Cosprey as well. The idea is since you have additional curse coming from Cosprey's will, you can then go Legacy of Fury and apply Scorch. Fury. Nearby enemies are scorched. That increased damage. 50% increased effects of Scorch. Cool. I think that's about it. All right. What next? Increase the effect on the belt and increase what the ghastly eye jewels do. Like, I feel like I've been clicking things and they haven't been. Other things have been getting clicks. Brother, something's wrong with POB or my PC. Well, I don't know which, but something. I'll need to figure out where to get points so I can actually afford to go into here. 3 points will come from here. That much is obvious. But I don't really have too many other places where I'm actively spending points, you know? Not to mention I still have all of these that's... Oh, wait. Excuse me? Oh, I saved the points coming from here. Okay, I was like, where did I get points from all of a sudden? That's where I got points from. Okay, so I actually do have some points to spare. And then this one, of course. Before we get into that, let's actually name the specters, shall we? Perfect spirits. Perfect forest warrior. Perfect guardian turtle. Perfect blasphemer. All right. Cluster Joe large. Minion damage. Maybe make it 12 passive. Its job is to have life. That's it. If you can have attack high speed, good, but let's just start with life. Enduring composure. Quickening covenant. Okay, so this isn't worth it, I don't think. Like, it's not worth spending all my points there. So let's make it into an 8 passive cluster. That saves me a few points. And with what's left over, let's pick up the easy to pick up dual sockets. Couldn't pick this one up, eh? All right, that's fair. And then in here, what do we want? We can just put more ghastly eye jewels. But I feel like there's some better options in here. $132K, $185K. Add series rain for 1. We can also pick up, I guess, a Watcher's Eye. What up, Cats? How you doing? It's been a while. How you been? What's going on? Is that what you asked? If that's what you asked, nothing much. PO being certain like league starters for ahead of next league. I've already planned my Reg Defiler setup, but there are certain other guides that I needed to update, like Absolution. I wanted to POB to see how good it would end up being in a non-trial Architect of Chaos setting, and it ended up being pretty decent. So I'm not just working on POBs for people who might want to league start it. Been working on building a NAS. What is that? Network accessible storage? How's that going? How difficult is it to build? That is, if I dropped this one 500k DPS, $7.5 is not up to this in terms of DPS. Interestingly enough. Oh wait, here's something I forgot. My specters still aren't here. Some of them are, but the ones that aren't there, Forest Warriors Calling Strike doesn't show up elsewhere. Yeah. Good man, aka homemade Netflix, homemade Netflix Google Drive. Good man, it isn't too hard if you keep banging your head on the brick wall till you break through. A lot of nights with no sleep, but I get it now. Currently working on setting up Image, which is an image video storage server that you can automatically sync your phones and devices to and send back up to my friends NAS. Which is an image video storage server that you can sync your phone. Okay. So once that's set up, you would have access to your friend's NAS and you can use that to save and upload videos and I guess images to said storage. But to use this, would you have to download every single time you want to watch something, or can you stream on this NAS? Do you have to download it, or can you just stream on it? Notes. Spectres would end up being perfect spirits of fortune. Perfect guardian turtle. Perfect blasphemer. Perfect forest warrior. It will access yours, but it will back up to your friends so that there are two physical locations that these are stored at. Is it safer to back up at your friend's NAS? Or are you all like backing up on each other's just in case? So we're at 8.5 mil DPS. Can we get more DPS? I'm fine with the survivability, I think. Share backups? Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Now that we have Spirit of Fortune, though, I think we can drop this Wrath for something else. What is this something else we can drop it for? We can get Skitterbots. That's a healthy amount of damage. Aspect of the spider could be decent. Let's see. Skitterbots. Yeah, Skitterbots is more damage. End up with some unconverted mana, so we need space for a vitality somewhere. You. All right, level 12 vitality it is. Me going full open source and self-hosted, no more cloud to FA apps or password manager. And I build my own ad blocker too. Really? That's kind of cool. What is the motivation to do all these yourself? Just for the experience of doing it? Or you enjoy the process? Let me make sure my anime guardian can actually. Let's switch their order. It's kind of confusing this way. Non-budgets. 20k recovery. What is the net? 13k. All right. So it's fine. Your max hits are not the most. If I go Minion live over a meat shield, do those max hits increase? 368k versus 317k. It's not even close. Okay. So Minion life over meat shield. Duly noted. Cut out the middleman, become more private and secure. Fuck paying monthly subs for data that I no longer own once I give it to them. Fair. Had to process the last sentence. You mean like because you won't own the actual content on like Netflix, so when your sub runs out, you have nothing, right? I mean, that makes sense. It's a lot of work. But good stuff. So long as you're enjoying the process and there's value in it for you, power to you. That is what ultimately matters. Do we drop Mistress of Sacrifice for... I don't think we do. I think we just stick at Series Reign and hope it procs the 20% chance and leave it at that. Without the F and F, I don't think I would recommend... Yeah, I would rather have Mistress of Sacrifice. I would rather have that. The duration and everything. Yeah. I feel like I would like to remove some points from this tree, but I don't have points I particularly want to remove. This is minus 600k DPS. I think this is a fine in between. 9.5 mil DPS, and then the high budget is 36. Because like with 9 mil DPS, you can clear most contents, most non-Uber content. Realistically, you can get your first. You can clear your first T17 with it. I believe you can get quite a bit. It's not the most amount of damage, but for the budget, because like we're literally not spending anything except for like this wand. Well, I won't say it's where we are spending stuff. There's this one, there's the helmet, but it's not nearly as much as like the final setup, right? It's not as bad. Do I want to replace the amethyst with like an actual like bone ring? I feel like that should be the play for me. But like at this stage in the game, there's no guarantee you'll be able to get a bone ring with minion damage without spending a pretty penny. I could tell you everything, but it's a rabbit hole. Everything about what? Why you decide? Why you made the decision, or what you've discovered? TLDR, once you upload your stuff to a cloud, there is typically a fine print saying they reserve the right to use your content without asking you. And if they don't, what they have you are saying they can't change. They can change to that anytime and can't be sued if they get hacked. Okay. I think this is a fine medium budget. Is there anything else I can add to this on pretty for cheap to increase my DPS? I don't think so. We've done the biggest changes, which is like Affliction Specters, AG. Yeah, let's do that. We'll save this here. So now we have the low, medium, and pre-mage blood version, I guess is what I'll call it. It depends on yeah. I mean, those are valid reasons as to why to go private, right? Those are very valid reasons. So that means for this server, what you're doing is you're mostly using it to save personal stuff, like I guess what you would use Google for typically, right? More so that than Netflix, because I assume that's where the bulk of like privacy would, or the bulk of privacy concerns would stem from. If my internet goes down, everyone decides to go wacky crazy. Define if your internet goes down, like if you have zero access to internet, or if like, because if you have no access to internet, I assume you wouldn't have access to your server unless you have like unless it's in a physical location around you. Or I assume it's not around you, but I guess it could be. You can reach your servers locally. Oh, sure. That's kind of cool then. All routes through the router doesn't require internet. It sounds like it's very it sounds like it's close enough to you to where it has access to, or I guess your router can access it, and vice versa. So is it? I have to assume it's in your it's in your like house or something. Like it's very close by. Okay, then that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. Now, how will I make summon phantasms on a budget, on a medium budget? That, my friends, is the question. Soul Rest, of course, is mandatory. The amulet would be mandatory. Let's copy this and let's make a medium budget. Medium budget. All's uprising with envy. What else? We are not using you. Do we need chance to poison? I guess no. I was gonna say I guess for cheap we can probably use a chess piece, but no, you can't. We can't use anything like Covenant because it needs to be Soul Rest. If we really wanted to, we could go like Victario's influence and get all the auras we're giving out in there, so we have generosity, but meh. I think speccing a bit more into ES would be the play for a medium budget. Not completely going full CI, but like having a bit more ES to work with. So all these ES armor pieces would need to swap for pure ES bases. Right. Looking at my high budget, 37 mil DPS. It's CI. It's CI. So if we can start by getting the things that matter. Like I wouldn't go for a Dark Monarch too early, but what is too early? I would say medium budgets should be when I pick up a Dark Monarch. But before I do that, I need to be sure that everything else is fine. Honestly, this is a very medium budget setup. The only difference is I would need to not use Adorned, or I would need to use a worse Adorned for a medium budget. And then my Adorned jewels would obviously be worse. They wouldn't be all T1s. But like there's nothing here that is insanely expensive. That I can see at least. Amanamo's Gaze, of course, has been very reasonably priced the past few leagues, actually very cheap to be honest. Storm Shroud is not too expensive. Ghastly Jewels, like I said, if you're going for T1 they'll be fucking expensive. But if you're going for like Fizz and Chance to Poison and you corrupt it yourself, then you're fine. The only thing is you wouldn't get corrupted implicits, but you're fine. You could also try dabbling in crafting it yourself. Darkness and Throne. These will be on the pricier side to craft. That's the only thing. Like you're looking at a 40% minion damage ring, I think goes for. Last time I had to buy something like this, of course the minion damage was fractured, and so the base was like 16D. So like the rings 100% are out of the budget of it, like a medium budget. So like that's take damage away. Then of course another thing is you wouldn't go for like if I'm using Storm Shroud, why the hell Am I using 22% chance to avoid ailments? Oh wait, because this is 45% chance to avoid shock. That's why. Okay. If you have less, you can skip out on flesh offering for the needful. Enlighten 3, not a 4. Does POE Ninja store adorned information? I doubt it. Unique jewels. Doesn't show. Okay. Fairly noted. Yeah, there's no way for me to check, to price check how expensive it is. But I would say for a medium budget, this is a fine POB. So I guess what I should be working on is less medium budget and more high budgets. Or mage blood budget, I guess I should say. That is likely the smart thing to work on. The question is, where could I get... What is my annoyance here? Whispers of Doom. If... Oh, these are also expensive. These are also on the expensive side, of course. I guess there will be some value in a medium budget, realistically. If I had to make a mage blood version of this, what would I do? Take 3 points out of here, manually, or 4 points, manually path to Whispers of Doom, pick it up. That would allow me to anoint something else, maybe go charisma, fit in... Well, I can't fit in Skitterbots because Dark Monarch. Is there any other aura that makes sense for me offensively? Aspects would make sense. Aspect of the spider would be really good, actually. Ironically, chaos damage is one of the worst recipients of aspect of the spider simply because it's increased damage taken, and chaos already comes with a baseline like 90%. But like, it's still decent. It's still like 22% more damage or something like that. I might say it's not 22% more damage, but what is it? It is a 22% more. It's 20% more damage. That doesn't sound right. It's 22% more damage taken, not more damage. Yes, that sounds more right. Anyways, good morning. What stats are you gonna boost with the adorned? For summon phantasms, you want to boost physical damage as much as possible and poison chance. Poison chance, so you can actually cap poison because we're going to be converting to chaos and applying wither. So poison is really good. So one poison chance and flat fizz or flat chaos, they both work. With a mage blood version, like I said, we're going to be using command of the pit instead to get 2 ghastly eye jewels alongside our amanamus. Oh shit, the low budget is actual, like very low budgets. I made a very low budget. What the hell? Like, I gave it a leather belt. What was I thinking? Why not a darkness enthroned? What was the reasoning behind not using darkness enthroned? We do go poison. Darkness enthroned will allow me to cap poison much easier. And then I can go flat on one of these. Did I really just want more life? I think my biggest worry was my max hits. I think that is at its core what my biggest worry was. Speaking of, what am I? Do I have? I don't have an AG setup. Oh no, I do. I just didn't set up the gear here. Layer cast, windscreen. So I understood what I wanted to do, but I actually put it into the planner. Where are my specters? Here. What specters did I say I was going to go for? Pale Seraphim, Arena Master. I said those two, and then I said one more at least because I have 3 specters if I remember correctly. 3, right? Yeah, 3. I don't remember what the third one is supposed to be. Maybe Carnage Chieftain. Probably it's the only thing that makes sense, even though it doesn't really because temporary minions and all. But what else would we have? Gilded Arak would be nice, but we don't get access to Gilded Arak until Alhesmin, which is red maps. So kind of don't want to rely on it on a low budget. What else do we have? Forest War, no Affliction Specters. This is low budget. The spectral landscape would be so boring without Affliction Specters. Holy. Like whenever I make low budget guides, it really stands out that without Affliction Specters, how many choices do you really have? Or support specters, that is. Yeah, are there any cheap Affliction Specters I can actually consider? They aren't spiders, so we can't use anything along the lines of spider matriarch. I think carnage shifting would be it, to be honest. I think carnage shifting would be it. Do you still not have a cost? You still don't have a cost. I still don't fully understand why you don't have a cost. But we understand what your cost is. It's like 60 something mana per second. And we have more than enough mana regen to counter that. Weird. I still don't fully understand why that is the case, but alas, here we are. We are going for Katarina bloodline on this build. We're going for Umbral army. The fourth ascendancy node. I wonder if you can do, I assume you can just take these as your fourth ascendancy even before beating Uber Izaro. Well, not Uber Izaro, but like fourth ascendancy Izaro. But then again, fourth ascendancy Izaro, the gatekeeper is typically the ticket, less so the actual fight. So there's that. AG. What does the AG have? Lear casts. I didn't put Dying Breath in this POB, and this is why you should always put down your thought, kids. Body armor, growth calls, gloves, wins. No, just a pair of res with temp chains, gloves, armor, life regen, temp chains. Wait, why? If I'm going to temp chains, can't I just do Asanath? Yeah, it's temp chains on hits. I could just do that instead and not have to worry about anything else, and then as a result have a bit more explode. Yeah. Boots, wind scream. That's it. I will copy. Something is very wrong here. That was wrong. Okay. Threw me off for a second. So what specters did I say? I don't remember the buffs these guys give. So I'll have to check dominated. Can I click? Brother, click. What is wrong with this tab? Lol, why did Wikipedia randomly open? Oh, where's my browser? Bruh. The fact that there's a shortcut to seemingly close your browser and open Wikipedia, what the fuck?
G'day, folks.
Okay, so now I can click again. Dominated. Pale Seraphim. Um, 3-second duration, 6-second cooldown. So that is 50% uptime on 15% increased damage taken. So specters. Let me confirm something real quick. If I choose Pale Seraphim in here, it already adjusts my DPS regardless. Okay. Pale Seraphim, Arena Master, and Carnage Chieftain. With Carnage Chieftain, I'd say my minions use 1 frenzy charge on average. Not more than that, because actually, nah, we're not going to do that. That's how bad the uptime will be on frenzy charges. But that's how bad I suspect it will be on frenzy charges. We'll take the overestimation on Pale Seraphim as being accounting for Pale Seraphim and Carnage Chieftain together. Configurations. Put that above 1, 2, and 3. Vectors, Pale Seraphim, Arena Master, Carnage Chieftain. That is a big DPS boost, but like I know Arena Master's uptime is not that good. Um, that is inflated. The moment I click Arena Master, that is fucking inflated. What do I do? Do I leave it as something else? Carnage, Chieftain. I'll leave it as something else. Fuck it. Oh, okay. Oof. We'll put Arena Master in the config instead. Because I know for a fact its uptime is not that good. It's like 33% uptime or something. Exactly. 12 second cooldown, 4-second duration. Attack, cast, and move speed. Arena Master. Nearby allies have 20% increased attack speed. Does that work? Attack and cast speed. Cool. We'll adjust the magnitude soon. Nearby allies deal 20% increased damage. Cool. Now for 33% uptime, we're looking at, I want to say 7 on average for both of them, give or take. 4.2. Okay, cool. So 400k less than it was saying the moment I selected that, so works out. What else? I think for a low budget setup, this is very solid. Now that phase max it. Can we up it a bit? Is there any way we can up it a bit? Why did I go for a leather belt as opposed to just going for a darkness and throne on the low budget? I don't fully remember why. I feel like I'll put darkness and throne and now remember. Oh yeah. I remember now. I wanted to go offerings. I wanted to use the opportunity to go Leash of Oblation, which would be cheaper than darkness and throne. And because of that, it would make more sense to have a leather belt, then build that into Leash of Oblation, to build that into like triple res, and then amulets to have well, I might as well write this down. Leash of Oblation. I'm about the thought process now. Leash of Oblation, Jinx, Juju, Anointed with. Can I remember the name of the thing? Hollow Effigy? Yes. This allows me to go triple offering. Spirit Offering is doing fuck all for damage for us though. And Bone Offering will do fuck all for damage again. It makes me wonder though. Should I really hold on to that idea? Try to force Offering? Like, clearly crit is not going to do much so long as I'm using stuff like Unbound Ailments. That much is obvious. And the moment I say, okay, I don't care as much for Spirit Offering, then the only other thing that matters is Bone Offering. And Bone Offering, when Bone Offering would matter is when I can put it on myself. I don't care if they block or not. I want to put it on myself. Which means Leash of Oblation and the chest piece. Which would effectively also mean duration scaling. And if I had to duration scale, that would be picking this up, and choosing the buff one. But to get that amount, I will need to drop a healthy amount of points from my tree. All my block nodes could honestly go into it, to be honest. And then my last ascendancy would, instead of being this, it would end up being the it would end up being the Offering ascendancy on Katarina. Now we have 5 points to get rid of easily. Boots. Spirit Offering. And then in chess piece, which would be this, I would have more duration. Switch to Leash of Oblation and Queen's Hunger. Strength and Dex. The implicit we can't really get. Then comment this. 50% increased effects of offerings. Plus 20% from the actual chess piece. What's the name of the chess piece again? The Queen's Hunger. Yeah. So that's 70% increase effect, and then we have an extra 20% there. So block chances tapped, so we get to save points. So this would work as a medium budget. Death offering. %20 increased duration of offerings. Skills. Brother. I hate the inconsistent wording when it comes to offerings, I'll be honest. Have 20% increased duration. Like, I really hate these two things. Like, the fuck. But anyways. This one is Umbral Army. Defensively, we just lost a lot of phase max hits. We aren't going Dark Monarch though. So yeah, we aren't Jinx Juju anymore because also Pricing exists. And it's Envy. Now if I can somehow find a way to get my max hits higher, life would be good. I think the answer is literally just stuff like Fortress. Increase the amount of ES we have. Easier said than done. Like, I wish there were more ES on life nodes, but like the only ones that actually exist are like stuff like here, and they are not close by. Like, you would think this won't be ES on life, but nope, it's for some reason it isn't. I wouldn't mind dropping this for a bit more survivability, I guess. But I need that mastery, I just remember. I'm not sold on this medium budget yet. Far from it. Soul rests. Improve the soul rest by going for more base flat fizz. We don't have any sort of like, we don't have wither to worry about. Oh no, I want to say we don't have exposure to worry about. Minus res is limited to despair, which I already have. AG stats are more or less there already. Let me just go get them real quick. Let me confirm there's nothing else to Dying Breath before I even go back. AoE of aura skills is for the AG, which doesn't matter. Hex skills doesn't matter. Effect of non-curse aura skills is for AG and doesn't matter. So yeah, those are the only two lines that matter. So put them in the low budgets. Brother, why did it not work? It just said, yeah, I'm not working. Deal with it. Save. Okay. And while we're at it, I might as well actually go for Affliction Spectres where possible. So instead of the ragtag group of specters we had, I don't have my spectre configs in the other POB. And I probably also don't have this setup. Jesus Christ, man. Why? Okay, how about this? Copy the entirety of this. Rename medium budget 1. Copy. Medium budget. Then also pricing NV. Hollow Effigy, Leash of Oblation, Queen's Hunger, you're more than I expect. Why are you more than I expect? Is it because of these guys? It might be because of them. If it's because of them, then you're actually less than I expect. That's what that means. Why are you less than I expect now? I dropped this and I dropped this. I went for this. More duration. Went for this. Accuracy. Actually, and I switched it to warp. Then I switched this to fortress. And then I took these 3 points away. And if I did anything else, I did not remember. I think this is all I did. 6.2 mil versus 4.7. Okay, I'm starting to see the difference. Starting to see the difference. So now you, what else did I do? Remind me. Did I change any jewels? No. No, all of you are the same. You're the same. Okay. I'm also curious about something. PoE DB. Summon Phantasm. $11 at 21, but it isn't until 26 that there's a change. How do I get 26 on a unique scepter? The answer is I don't think I do. $21 corrupted, 22 if you add the rune graft. 4 levels missing. You can't get any corrupted plus level of socketed minion gems or anything like that, so that is a bust. You can get +1 of anything that will give you levels there. Yeah, I think aside Shakewood, there's nothing else. There's no other way. It's so rest at least. Oh. Alright. Just wanted to confirm that. Do I not have chance to poison? Yes, I do. So why don't I do... You're telling me even with everything we just said, it is still... Wait, hold up. How did I just drop 6 mil, like 500k? Oh, okay. This is the old POB. All right, I mean I can delete it now. I got so confused. So we can't drop a ghastly Igel if we want to keep the poison, so we have to either adorned, which can be on the pricier side. We could also just do this for in terms of medium budgets. Get those two stats together. So now they all have some fears, some poison. Minion skills does nothing here, so Eater Worlds for my phase damage taken as like fire. Crusader gloves can have minions deal increased damage. As well as carrying an Exile minion deal increased damage. Boots. Syrian Exarch, Eta Worlds. Flesh Offering has increased effects. Probably the best thing we can have here. Nothing else is quite to the same degree. I don't care about any of these. None of them affect my minions. Yeah. Just Flesh Offering. Maybe Bone Offering if I need more block. But as is, I don't think I need more block. And then Eta will just get... Do I have endurance charges even? I do not. But I cannot get rid of a single support gem. I can't get rid of a single jewel slot. Is what you're telling me? It means I have to gain one if I have to gain one. Oh. Okay, so that works. Ghastly Eye Jewel. And then this becomes Enduring Composure. I think we dropped these 2 points if I'm being honest. And honestly, I think I have to drop at least one more point. I don't know what yet, but he has to go. What is this video? Give me a second to figure out what I'm going to remove, then I'll check it out. This is like the weakest link. Anyways, let's see what this is. I assume it's a teaser.
Hi, I'm Mark Roberts, Game Director on Path of Exile.
Twitch
During
drops.
the launch of Keepers of the Flame, we're
Zombies?
running 2 weeks of Twitch drops, as well as a supporter streamer
Oh,
campaign.
that's a
During
a
the first
portal
week, you'll
and
be able
a
to claim
finisher.
the Exile's Treasurer hideout decoration and Breachlord's Claw character effect by watching your favorite
like the
creators
Treasurer.
in the Path of Exile category
I like the treasurer
for
decoration.
3 hours. In week 2, you can claim the Zesh Slam rare finisher effect. Support your favorite creator
Jest. Spoiler alert. Jest is gonna be in here.
by gifting 2 subs or subscribing to 2 channels in the Path of Exile category to claim your Incarnation of Dread portal effect.
Portal looking kinda sus, but don't mind me.
If you ever needed some help balancing the books between gambling for items and maintaining King's March, your personal treasurer can help with that by keeping track of how much gold you've looted, spent when trading, respeccing, or even gambling for items. Leave your mark on
I like
Breachlord
that
as you
one.
go with the Breachlord's Claw character effect. Flatten your enemies with the Zest Slam rare finisher effect. Step into Zana's Twisted Memories with the Incarnation of Dread portal effect.
Still looking kinda
All
sus,
of
but
these
okay.
items are purely cosmetic and do not affect your power or progression in any way. Thanks for watching and have a great...
Alright. So what did they say we needed to do for the treasurer guy? Twitch drops, right? Yeah, Twitch drops. Okay. W Twitch drops, I like it. Isolation tree crafting. What does that mean? Anywho, I like it. I like it a lot. What's up?
Yeah, what's up?
Good, good. You?
Nothing much.
I think if I had to drop a point, it would likely be from here. So that means I should reduce this from a 12 passive to like a 10 passive. Yeah. Reduces the total damage, but like, what can I do at this point? No other point is I can't take a point from anywhere else. All the jewels I needed to cap my poison chance. What the fuck? Oh, that's AG. I was about to say, yeah, they are capped thanks to chance to poison.
I had like 11 cube, like desire things, and they were going for 99. But I was like, because I have 11, maybe I should put them up for 100.
How did that go?
That shit. Just, I don't understand sometimes. It just doesn't sell when I do shit like that. Most times.
People, there's no bulk price at PTLI for the most part.
So I should just put it up for 99.
Yeah.
I just never know if like the thing lies to me, right? When I search for things usually and I check, it's not for the price it's saying it is. It's like 0.1 or something.
Thing is, as the season goes on, I think it's probably less likely to lie to you in terms of prices, because trade becomes slower and slower. Like people.
Alright, if that's the case, I'll just change it back so it can sell, because then this is enough to cross my threshold.
Was that?
I said if that's the case, now just, you know, I'll just change it to 99 so I can sell.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm hoping it's enough to cross my threshold.
Good luck. I played a bit today. Did not see a single desire core. I think this 100 map series I'm currently on is unlucky if I think I've only dropped like 2. Maybe more, I can't remember, but like it's like 2 or 3. And I only have like 20 something maps left.
And what damage did you do SS again?
That's as well.
15?
I'm not on 15 yet, but I probably can't do it. But I haven't done it yet. And I'm at 70.
Deaths.
I haven't tried it.
I should be 70 when I'm done with this update. And then I can probably get to 100 with another 2k. And hopefully at 70 I can chill in Profound and just switch things up.
What are you at right now?
I don't know, I haven't checked. It's demoralizing. I'll check after the update.
Okay. After the updates, what updates?
Upgrade.
Okay, okay. So we have 7 mil DPS, which of course is better than the low budget's 4.7. But like, I think the awkward part of this, and the part that rubs me the wrong way at least, is the simple fact that I don't have space for jewels. Like, I haven't done Spectre, so like there's going to be that bump in DPS when I actually can do them. So because like I'd be going for like Carnage, perfect Guardian Turtle, obviously. That gives me PDR. Go for Onslaughts, so Forest Warrior. And that gives me Calling Strike. And what else is there? What offensive Spectre do I have left? I think it's literally just Gilded Arak. When are they going to add the thing where you can search for all specters, I wonder? On POB. They said they're going to add it when they made the last one, I forget. Anywho,
Gem information today, which is Sag.
what do you say?
So we're not getting gem information today, which is Sag. Supposed to.
We are?
Yeah, after they've received the JSON files and stuff. But they tweeted that. Unfortunately, it's not ready.
What gem information?
All the 2020 gems of all the new gems.
Oh. I don't know if it's just not in a presentable format or something.
No, they just said they were trying to make it ready. It's just not ready, so they will let us know.
Yeah, but like my point is there's on like for the gems, I guess maybe they've not balanced it, maybe that's the thing. But like
Yeah.
it's in a working state. We've seen them. It's just I guess
Or maybe they have balanced it and just haven't updated for the patches for like note to
yeah, I heard they've nerfed certain ascendances like the Minion Umbral Army.
Bloodlines
But
IP nerfed?
yeah, we lost.
Who did it nerf?
The Minion, the Umbral Army one. It went from 12% increased defense to 10% per Spectre.
That was it.
Boy, you went from being able to cap out 144 to 120.
Defense or movement speed?
Defense.
What do you mean? Oh, you said cap, or because you have a max?
You have a max
I
of
think
12.
is
That's 144.
That's just worth taking on most builds. I'm working on a Guardian Minion build that I think I will take it on.
Oh, nice.
I feel like Guardian has a lot of dead nodes.
Guardian, it depends on what you're going for.
Spare 2 points.
It depends on what you're going for, but yeah, most Guardian setups. Guardian has nodes and also simultaneously doesn't have nodes. Because like triple aura sounds insane, but that shit doesn't scale your aura effect. So realistically, in many situations, you take it and then you realize, oh, you still take one of them.
You didn't want to get stuck in a trap that everyone else stuck in a trap of like gearing, which I think the build would be for the wrong person. I would 100% recommend, and if I could trust the person to like make their own build without needing a hand to hold them, Guardian would be the play almost 100% of the time. You're getting more flat than people will have for the first like 2 days.
Yeah, but the moment people
find other things like attacks, which means you can pick, one to spawn with like attack speed, good attack speed, but not great flat that other people would not want to touch.
Yeah, but
those things are perma up.
Wouldn't people just click Lycia by like day 2 and get a bunch of flats?
Did they not touch that node?
I don't know if they touched or not.
I don't know if that node is like.
It's Herald. It's 2% Herald buff effect per reserve mana. You're getting 2 Herald.
Just stop talking about it. So I think people are being a little bit cautious because, to be honest, if they keep talking about it that much, you just be like, all right, I love this node, huh? Jonathan tucks the glasses up. And he's like, see.
I mean, we're talking about Umbral Army. Look at what they did. She didn't even make it to launch. I mean, it's not dead by any means, but yeah. Couldn't even make it to launch in the same state. It's like
pepperoni.
It is what it is. It is what it is. What am I removing from here? I've removed everything that I should, and we are at. Oh, Gilded Arak, I forgot. Spectres. I've been staring at this. We don't realize what I'm going to do. Spectres. Gilded Arak. Nearby
And then I
enemies.
had
Check.
enough to make the purchase before tax. And then tax hits, and now I need to make another 500.
07. 10% increased
I hate TLI's tax
chaos
system as someone
damage.
who's never made it that much in the season. It just actually just feels like a generic downside. It really does, man. Especially when you're struggling to make money. It's actually like it's like real life. Oh, you 60K, but really it's like 44. Like, what the fuck? Why don't I just tax evade?
I mean, I understand the why. I think it's very steep, but I understand the why.
Oh, it's insanely steep.
It is what
And
it
I'm gonna be
is.
honest, Aldrak isn't it. Like the 20 FE be getting back, that isn't it. It really isn't.
I mean, you will catch me disagree. It's at best, it's really nice for the one time able to really push, or past that.
Like you literally just like I have no motivation to touch him daily. Like yay, 10. Sometimes nothing changes, but I do it 2 times and I actually don't even beat my record because Odrak decided I'm gonna blow breeze at you 4 times in a row, and you're just like, nice man.
Oh, his beloved breeze. Don't you love it?
Last league I could tank it, remember? That shit was so fun.
I remember being so free while you were attacking it. Mans was out here singing paper to Aldrak's bridge when I'm out here sweating. He
tank it.
he prepares himself, and I'm just like, oh god, save me from.
I feel like right now I would be able
injury.
to tank it if I actually just use the helmet. The belt, the same belt again.
You know, I can actually tank it, is the funny thing, but I can't tank it. There's some bug. There's some bug where whenever he's doing his breath attack, if I just spam my blink skill, and sometimes he just stops taking damage, I'm like, okay, cool, we're fine. Because I have like 8 charges of my dash skill, so when it starts like click, 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 and then it just stops. It's ticking, and it stops. Okay, we're fine. We're fine somehow.
That's crazy.
You won't catch me complain. Okay, sure. Say less.
I'm about to play some Deadlock with Jared.
Nice. I'm probably running up my stream soon.
So you're done with stream, so you can join us for a game, right?
Can't guarantee how soon that would be, but like I'm thinking like 10 minutes. Cause like I don't know what else I'm changing in this build guide really.
Wait 10 minutes, right, Jared?
Yeah, we can wait 10.
Ooh, okay. And then we swap out. What are the things we swap out? Pasta Proj and GMP. One, two, three, four, five, six. But then what are we going to be swapping out? I'm guessing added chaos. Yeah, added chaos and void manip. Oh, you have
G4.
Oh, is it the I saw
like the reception to the PTR.
Okay.
It's kind of like the community hates some parts of it, and other parts are like good steps. But like, I didn't think at first. I thought it was like fine that they added like D3 type defense, where it's like just make that toughness number as big as possible.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't know why I thought that would be good. You actually don't know what you can tank going into most things.
What was the toughness number thing again?
It's like DR, and you just want to get as much as possible. There's no cap to anything. There's no cap to any res. There's no cap to armor.
Oh yeah, like that's how it was before.
You just want to get it like D3. and it's actually a step back. Like, you also get less life starting now. Like, you're not gonna see 14k anymore.
07. Yeah, I think this is fine. I think I also want to adjust the low budget to have faster proj as a swap rather than it be mandatory. Probably I did chaos all the same. Turn these off. Okay. Okay. These are not bad whatsoever, I guess. Defensively, it's starting to shape up, that's for sure. It really is. I'm happy about that. But there's still some things I question, but we'll see. We'll see how this. I'll keep looking at this POB and I'll figure it out anyways. But yeah, that's probably it for today. Tomorrow is the day before League launch, so I'm going to not be streaming tomorrow. I will likely be posting the guide for Summer Phantasms before, like, around, probably before Friday morning. So it might be around typical stream time, it might be before, or we'll see. But once I finish tweaking this POB, which will take it will still be some time because I'm not fully happy with the medium budgets. I think the medium budgets could still use work. I don't know what it is about it that I really. There are some things I don't like, which is it doesn't feel like there's much wiggle room, and I don't like that. I don't feel like the defenses are going that much higher from the low budgets. The damage goes up, like it doubles, but the defenses feel a bit so-so. And I think that is really the weakest point about Summon Phantasms. It's that middle point. I think from everything I've heard, it's easy to get to red maps on it, but it's hard to scale. So I think that might be part of what I'm experiencing here. But we'll see. Seeing as it's poison, it might just be a case of drop Leash of Oblation, drop the offering tech, and then just go for Darkness Enthroned, have the easier access into like poison, and then be able to like flex with Jewel Sockets. I think that might end up showing more of a difference. The question is, would that be more damage? Probably, honestly, because Spirit Offering doesn't do much raw damage, but it will be worse block, and we also would have way worse regen, because as it stands now, we're going to be regenerating like 7% of our life whenever we block, which is, to just put it in context, what that would look like is it will look like something like Bone Offering on block regenerates 7% of life. Regenerates 7% of life per second. So we'd be regenerating 1,100 total whenever we block, which is a fourth of our life, and this is ignoring bone barrier. So maybe I should cut it more slack defensively. Maybe it's actually pretty decent already. It might actually be quite decent already. I think the reality of the situation is I might need to go the new gloves, not the new gloves, pit of the thing, which allows me to have 2 Ghastly Eye Jewels, which would then be 2 spots I can free up here, but then res can be an issue, and I don't know how I'm going to solve for that. But at least we'd have on Holy Might, as well as Wither and everything else that comes with it. So that might end up being the case. We'll have to figure out res if we take that route. Not to mention, I think we lose I think we lose to Command of the Pit. We lose 2 sockets in the process, so we have to figure out what 2 sockets to drop. And yeah, that's not something I'm looking forward to dropping. But anyways, I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back on Friday with a longer stream during league starts, and expect to see 2 more guide videos before then. But anyways, I'm gonna see you guys on Friday afternoon, with like 1 hour before league starts, or thereabout at least. Till then though, have a good night.